All right, I'm going to try a different format today. I'm going to try to speak to the camera and then turn it around and show you some stuff because you can't flip back and forth. So I'm trying to do a selfie by holding it and I can't even see it. So hopefully it's coming out. So anyway, today I'm just going to show you the work that I've been doing and over the past 2 or 3 days, and then I'll show you what I'm going to be doing today. So, which is the rest of the jackhammering. And after that's done, then we'll start digging for the footings. Although I was able to get a place where I can get rid of all my brick, my mortar, my concrete block, and my concrete. So that's awesome. For free. I just have to take it there and transport it and hand load it and dump it. So anyway, that may take me a couple days. I might show you what I've got and the progress there, even though it's not too exciting. But and then we'll get back onto digging the footers so that we can pour the new slab and then move on from concrete work. So anyway, I'm going to turn this around now and hopefully this came out. So, so what I've done in the past couple of days is there were 2 walls, 1 wall there, 1 wall here, and before I took these 2 walls down, because it looked like maybe they were holding some weight, but that may have just been over time the weight up here on top of the deck pushing down and causing these couple of poles here to sink, and then therefore putting weight on these 2 walls. So what I did is, because I'm going to eventually have to pull these poles up and then dig for the footer right under where they're going, down here and then over here. And so since I've got to knock these out, I had to put the weight on something. So I bought 2 of these under hoist jack stands. They're more for automotive work, but they have a 2-ton capacity, so 8,000 pounds together, which should be plenty for just a short span. And then I've got 2 bottle jacks here, 20 tons a piece, which is overkill. And I had to do some improvising. So I've got these 4x4 posts, and then I just bought metal plates for electrical boxes, and then just tripled them up so that they'd be thicker and they wouldn't bend, and that would hold the weight, because the top of the bottle jack's only, you know, this big. So we need to transfer that weight a little bit out to distribute it on the bottom of the 4x4. And then since I knew I had to double up and overlap these 4x4s up here, I just kind of built these double 2x4s. There we go. You may be asking, why in the world did you use painter's tape? Well, I just needed them to stay together while they were balancing on top of this, and then I put this on top of the top. So it really has no function other than just holding them together so they didn't fall apart and make me angry. So anyway, that's that. And then there was, underneath the brickwork that I had jackhammered up here, there was this concrete right here underneath. It's maybe 1.5 inches, probably 1.5 inches with some mortar on top. So I had to break that up with the sledge yesterday and get it all down to dirt. And then I tamped the dirt with a tamper and put these, reuse these solid concrete blocks to be the base for these 2 stands. And then I used another one for this one, and then I just piled bricks double stacked, and then again put wood on top of that to kind of cushion it. So that's what I did with the help of my family, I will say, because trying to balance these, I had ladders going, and so anyway, it took about 3 people to finagle this all together over here. These are a little easier because, you know, these can stand up on their own. 4x4 on top of a bottle jack doesn't stand on its own. So anyway, so that's all done. So that'll be hopefully enough so the whole building doesn't collapse. But as I take the weight off of these 4 posts here and dig underneath for the footer, and then it'll come over to just about where that post is there. So that post will come out as well. But this whole side of the deck has lag bolts going into the rim joist, so that should be plenty to hold it up here. This is really doing nothing. I think it's a just in case. So anyway, that's a lot of the work that I was doing over the past couple days. I'm trying to think what else. Pretty much just prep for being able to jackhammer. And then, as I said, I took down these 2 walls yesterday, and Remington is back. This is our oldest outdoor cat, and he likes to disappear for like a month at a time. I don't know if he's found a second home, and when he comes back, he's well fed and looks good. So I don't know where he's running off to, but anyway, he came back yesterday. So I'll be jackhammering this slab and this little bit today, and then I'll show you the other part that I'm doing today. Hey, kitty. So this over here is what I think, this is just a hunch, but I think this was a single car driveway. And then you can see the top of this was wood, and it's framed wood on the inside. And then there's 2 wooden sides here. So I think there's probably some sort of garage door here, and they parked their car in the bottom, which is fairly common around here to have a daylight basement like this and have the living quarters, if you will, on top, and then in the basement to have a garage door and park your car underneath in the basement. So that's my hunch as to what this was. And then when they finished the basement, they just put a block wall between this post, you can see the mortar there, and this post here. So this wall cavity, they put some framing in, and it was termite ridden. So we got to take the wood pieces on the side out here and this out here, and we'll do it, and then we'll put cinder block flush with where it used to be, or not used to be, but the edge of the existing wall here. So it'll just be seamless. But since we got a crack going right here, that's right in the middle of where our concrete blocks will be going. So I'm also going to jackhammer from this crack out to this crack, and then to this crack right here, because there's a pipe buried right here. So the downspout comes onto this like splash tile, and it comes out, and then it's supposedly supposed to go into this pipe, and then it goes here and kind of angles just a touch and exits right there. So this is all dirt, but I'm going to try to jackhammer over to this crack here, and because I don't really need the driveway gone so much, maybe I'll go a little bit out just so I have room from here to here. So if I need to pour a footer for a patio here, at some point I don't have to rent the jackhammer again. And then this is the pad that the AC condenser was on, so I'll jackhammer that out as well, and then pour a new one. So that'll get jackhammered up, at least from this crack over to this crack will be jackhammered, and then this pad out here. And then let's see if I'm trying to think. I guess I can show you upstairs too. Excuse my kitty. I'll be hopefully just finishing up jackhammering the edge of the front patio while I've got the jackhammer. And sorry, it'll take up some time here going to the top. So as I showed you before, all this has been jackhammered up. I dug up some of this brick over here to expose it, but this edge right here, I'm going to try to jackhammer up and get it small enough so I can take the pieces underneath these 2 posts. And yeah, and that's it. And this is where one of the deck blocks will be, holding up this beam here. And then I'll put another one just this side of the old one, so they both hold up this post here. And but again, first I gotta get rid of this stuff. So anyway, that's where we're at. All right, thanks y'all.